Hey, 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 everybody, what's good? What's good? What's good? All right, so I'm just give me 1 second. I'm trying to set things up. It's my first time here on 3 platforms. So just give me 1 second to make sure everything is going good. It looks good. Okay, so now, what's good, everybody? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. How you doing? My name is First Night. If you new to this page, this is the Mentally Strong Conference. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, there you go. Oh, now you guys can really hear me. I hope so. So anyway, so this is the Mentally Strong Conference, and my name is First Night. I come on here every week to tell you right up front that our mental health is just as important as our physical health. Okay? When we're not feeling well, we go to the doctor, man. We get a fever, a cough, the flu, whatever it is, chicken pox. We go to the doctor, right? You break your arm, but when we not feeling right here in our heart or here in our mind, sometimes we get a little stubborn about how we're going to take care of that. A lot of us think we could do that all by ourselves, but that's not really uh, true. Everyone needs someone out there. So I come out here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I come from my own experience. I'm about to be 54 years old, and I come on from my own experience, and I just want to give you some positive insight, some positive support. I come with some positive energy. I love to bring smiles and happiness. I start off with, I hope that right now you are already in a good place and you smiling, and you could do maybe share this with someone else who isn't smiling. But if you aren't smiling right now and you're looking at this page, well, hey, what's good? Smile, because you're worth it. You are worth it. So first thing I do every week, people here, let me see. So check this out. It's my first time three. So I got 3 cameras, one, two, three, one behind each other. And so don't mind me if I'm doing this a lot. First thing I do every week is I always take a moment before I start anything else is to try to put out some real good vibes to those people out there who really not feeling well or not doing well financially, mentally, physically. I don't know, because it's a lot of turmoil in people's lives. So I never, 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 never want to go through all this and not talk about those people first. So here goes something for you out there if you're tuning in and you're seeing this. So right off top, right through the internet, right through the internet. My energy, I'm transforming it through this internet to you, and I'm hoping you're receiving it. And it's just all of a sudden you feeling something different. Okay, and if you stay with me for the hour, then hopefully we'll keep that going for you, and you could go on with the rest of your day. I don't know what tomorrow will be like, but today, let's try to get today popping. All right, so to all you guys not doing well, so now this week, I just want to say happiness is the goal for everyone, right? We're born into this world, and we're children, and the parents want happiness for your children. And then you become adults yourself, and you want to have one thing in life, and it's happiness. Happiness in your job, happiness in your home, happiness in relationships, happiness, right? We all want that. Nobody's different than anyone else when it comes to that, right? So it all starts with how your heart and your mind speak with each other, something that I've learned. So your heart will tell you one thing, and your mind will tell you another, and vice versa. The mind will be first, and the heart will say something different. And so when they're not on the same page, we tend to make some decisions that aren't in our best interest, and they keep that negative flow going, right? So uh, we try to keep the both of them on the same page, right? Which is about being happy. So now I'm big on, as long as you woke up this morning and you're here, it's time for change. You can make change right now. Like changing your clothes, like taking a shower, washing your hair, brushing your teeth, right? That's change right there, right? So if those things can be that easy, everything else can be that easy. Um, will it will it succeed for you overnight? No way. Nothing succeeds overnight. All right, nothing. Um, Everything takes effort. So what is for me, and my personal experience is I've had these negative thoughts throughout my childhood into my adulthood, and even now into my 50s. They still come where I don't believe I'm good enough or I deserve the good that's going on in my life right now. Um, when I was having drama and a whole bunch of garbage going on in my life, um, I used to believe I did deserve that. Like I wasn't good enough, and I deserved that, didn't. And so my demeanor was different. Some people I would talk rudely to, or I'm a New Yorker, so I fit in with stink attitudes and stuff. And so I got into that, and and my belief in people had changed, and my faith had changed, and everything in me was not the right place. And it just kept, what I realize is everything that once you in that path, it just continues. So why can't it be the opposite? So here I sit with it's over 7 years, I guess, of some experience of this. Um, Going through what I'm going through, and achieving a better place in life. What I've done is I combat now negative statements, negative thoughts. When people talk negative to me, I take all that negative, and I say something positive. I can't help it. I will say something positive. Um, I need to change the mood of whatever the statement is, or whatever my stuff is thinking, right? Uh, and so one positive message will turn into a second positive message, and turn to a third positive message, the same way a negative thing happens, right? One negative thing happens and usually follows another because your energy's changing. And then a third thing will happen because the energy just keeps going. So I combat that the opposite. And I say something positive. I think something positive. And maybe I'll do something positive. And all of a sudden my energy changes. The whole trajectory changes the opposite way. So if you can't do anything else, that is something you can do. And that's pretty easy. Find something positive, and every negative aspect out there, you can find something. There is something. This minuscule of positivity is there. You can make it grow. It is there, because negative is the same way. Okay? We can find the most greatest person in the world. Oh, he's the nicest guy. She's the nicest woman. She's positive. She does for the community, this and that. And somewhere in there is something about that person. Could be this much, did something in her past, in his past, that was negative. And they'll bring it up and you'll find it. And the next thing you know, it'll grow into something bigger. So this is how it is. It's that simple. Okay? So try to remain positive throughout every aspect of it. The drama's there, something happens, and you don't know how to deal with that. Now, my other side to that is, don't be afraid to talk to someone. Find someone that you trust, like with your truth, because it has to be your truth, not exactly the truth, because there's two sides to every story. So it doesn't have to be exactly the truth, but it's someone you have to say your truth to. And you can cipher that out as you go when you talk to it. So now it could be someone you super trust in your life that you tell all your secrets to, all your treasure chest stuff to, or you could actually go to a therapist. I'm not prescribing medicine. No. Okay? I don't think medicine is always the help. So I'm going to say speaking with someone, the truth, your truth, to someone that you trust who will give you a good opinion on what you're telling them will help you. And what will help more than anything is just getting it off your chest. You know, when these things are inside and you don't share it with someone, they fester. They fester. And that could be anything, man. And I've been through so much spousal abuse, been arrested, I've been homeless, um, 2 heart attacks, back surgery, been through a lot, man. My parents, both my parents through divorce, um, which happens in most divorces is that they're too busy with the fight with each other, the anger with each other, that they forget about the child. And so I got lost in that shuffle. So as a child, I didn't have the love I should have had as a child. So I've been through all of this stuff, and I sit here now with what I say. Happiness is the goal. I sit here now and happiness, happiness, happiness. So it can happen. So what I mean is, set a goal for yourself. This is what happened for me. I got to a point where I recognized I got some help. I talked about it. I got to understand some things. What really helped me was in every one of those things I was talking about, and not from my childhood, because my childhood is no excuse. I'm a child, right? So there's adults in my life. But once I hit uh, the older teens and adults, and you know better, I was still failing at life because I was still living that negative life of my childhood. I brought it into my adulthood. So once I got some help, which took a lot of years for me to recognize that I'd even need help, that was number one. But that person had me also begin to see myself and everything I was living, right? So I've been through 2 divorces and I have one baby mama in between. And all of them ended and lived with drama. All of them. And because I was living into their lives, I walked into their lives with negative energy. I walked into this with a big ass bag, excuse my language, a big bag of negative energy. You open it up, poof, negative energy. And when they say these cliche things like misery love company, this is the times when that happened for me. So I end up meeting people who had their own baggage. And so 2 people with 2 bags only makes the job heavier more than it helps each other empty the bag. And so that's what happened. I ended up in the wrong relationships. I had to recognize that it was me who ended up with them. It's not their fault, and it's not all my fault, but it was me. I'm a role player in whatever transpired. So now here we are in future, and I have this outlook about myself where I understand that um, I could be a little bipolar. You know, I've been diagnosed now, so I could be a little bipolar. I understand that. And sometimes I have to be told in the middle of an episode so I can myself. A lot of it comes with breathing. A lot of everything I go through has to come with breathing and stretching, breathing and stretching. It's a lot of bringing in those absorbing the energy of the earth and taking it in, soaking it in. Let's say soaking it in, and being able to be better with yourself. So I take that breath in, I do a little stretching, and I get a good energy out of it. And this is what helps me. Okay. Um, what helps me is a lot is definitely getting some help. And there's those numbers out there you can call. There are friends and family out there. There are good people in this world. Do not believe that the world is filled with evil. You know, I mean, we human beings been on this planet for a lot of years, a lot of years, and so I say we're a tainted species, right? That's what I say. We're a tainted species. Too many years and too much knowledge of things to do just as good and just as wrong. Yin and yang, right? So you got to take things how they come. But as human beings, we should be better than this at this stage in our lives. But here's what I will say: as human beings, we have been through everything in this world could offer. Treat each other like crap. The weather, uh, natural occurrences, diseases, all kind of things that's happened in life, and thousands of years later, here we are, a species still in existence. Right? We outlived all the others. Here we are. Right? So if we as a species can endure so much of that from the past to where we are right now, then we can definitely endure whatever life is throwing at us now and still come out on the other end stronger. So I think we should learn from our own mistakes. Please, you have to look in the mirror and see who you are, uh, not just the negative of who you are, but who you are. Like, what do you want out of life? It's your life. It's not your parents' life. You're an adult. It's not your parents' life. It's not your children's life. It's not your grandmother's life. It's not your spouse's life. Sorry, life. It's your life. How you decide to, what you put in your body, how you decide to live your life. You want to be a happy person or a sad person or just a comforting person, a person who's giving of themselves, or a person who's greedy. What kind of person do you want to be? Do you like steak? Do you like fish? Do you like Law and Order, or do you like cops? You like pizza? I don't know. What do you like? What kind of person do you want to be? And that comes with looking in the mirror too, right? Finding out who you want to be, who is on that other side. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is you? And so it's important that you look in the mirror and determine the person you want to be based off of what you're looking at. And so I got to a point now, um, ego has been washed. Ego's been washed out of my system. I no longer use ego at all in my life because it's all a facade. Ego. You think you great. I'm fine and I'm look good. And in the end, it's all about what's right here. And so I put ego aside. I'm just me, being me, and it worked. I'm happy. I found someone to share in the love I've been missing my whole life. And that all happened because I changed. My energy changed. And when my energy changed, I got around someone who had a similar energy. The baggage wasn't, for me, my baggage finally got tossed into a garbage dump. For once in my life, I wasn't a hunchback of Notre Dame. For once. And when I let that baggage go, and I let go strife, and I let go drama, and I let go everyone in my life that continued to be negative, whatever, why you do this, no, nobody understood. It's not for them to understand. It's my life to live. I want to be happy. If you didn't get it, you didn't get it. But years later, here's where I sit. Some of them get it. Oh, some of them just either they still pissed off or jealous or whatever it is, so they don't talk to me no more. And I'm good with that. You know, But I had to let go people that they would call or be around me, and everything had to do with a negative statement about themselves or their family or work or whatever. Nothing positive. And I can't. So, like I said, I told people positive stuff, but another cliche, you could lead that horse to water. So I try my best to be positive, and it's not like I gave up, but if my energy we can't match energies, then I gotta go. And I can't let my energy overlap yours, and I definitely can't let yours overlap mine. So some people I had to let go, and I'm sorry for them, and I hope and I wish them the best and all that. But if that's what it takes, that's what it takes, right? So uh, this is where I sit with things, man. Life is so good for me right now, and it can be good for you. You know, um, first thing that happened to me was I actually put my foot down on the type of life I wanted to lead. And once that started, it was a trickle effect. Again, like I told you, positive, positive, it just is a trickle effect. And I had to get divorced. First time in my life, I was 50 years old, and first time in my life I was a bachelor, right? I never been a bachelor, and so first time in my life in bachelor, and and I thought this is when ego was kicking in, right? I thought first time bachelor, I thought I was gonna be super bachelor pad and have a lot of fun with some female and this and that, and that lasted a few months. That didn't even last long. Couple of guests came over, this and that, and it was cool, but it ain't what I wanted. At this stage, that stage of my life, I wanted to be loved. I needed a companion who's gonna be my teammate, my support, be there with me, do it all, and support me and help me by telling me positive stuff as well, like I tell them positive stuff. Cause I know how to love. At least I believed I know how to love. I know how to love now, I guess. So anyway, so my energy changed in my bachelorhood, and I recognize that I just don't want to be like that. I want to be in a relationship where the love was shared, and again, teamwork and stuff like that. And it happened because I changed. The people I surround myself with changed, and I met someone. Hi, Queen. I met someone, the Queen, the Queen. If you can see her behind me, um, uh, I met her. She actually found me, and she was able to see my energy, and we just met, and the energy clicked, right? And so it's that whole thing for me. Positive affirmations, support for people who truly care about you, right? And getting some, looking in the mirror and understanding what you want out of life. What do you want out of life? Right? They say you can still go to college at an older age, so you can make a career change. Like these things can happen for you, man. You can change as long as you right here, right now. It's time. There's time out there to make change. Otherwise, again, life is not a given. It's not guaranteed. I could be sitting right here and the roof cave in, right? But that's the other thing that I got rid of in my life with this new energy of mine. I don't have a fear for that. I don't have a fear at all that something bad is gonna happen. Not at all. I'm just living and having a good life while I'm sitting here. Again, I had 2 heart attacks. I shouldn't be here right now. I should have passed on the first heart attack. 2 heart attacks. I should not be here. And so I'm grateful to be here. When I wasn't grateful to be here for before my first heart attack, I was in such a bad life in my first heart attack that I was angry with the doctor for saving my life. That's how messed up I was at my life back then, you know? And I was ready to go. I don't need to be here for this. And that whole nobody love me, nobody care, who gonna miss me, all that stupid stuff that happens when you depressed and your life's not going the way you believe it should, right? This is the way things go, right? The way you believe it should. And if you're in a partnership, it can't be how you believe it should. It has to be the way we believe it should. Partnership, right? So we big on we want change now. It has to happen right now, and these things don't happen. So I had to make complete turnaround change the way I thought, change the way I live, change my mindset, and I ended up in a better place. And so this can happen for you. I want to thank all of y'all, man. It's a lot of y'all on that TikTok. Says I got people from Puerto Rico, which would be my man Josh. Yo, Shaolin. Man, JC, let me tell y'all TikTok. JC, come on every week and say what's up. Good morning, y'all. And I appreciate that. Shaolin, my man Josh from Puerto Rico. I know him from Shaolin. And he come on and say what's up. And if it wasn't for him, he made a point to say to me, hey, Knight, make sure you say Josh on TikTok. Where he say Big Daddy J on the TikTok. He's the one who got me connected into the live on the TikTok. So blessings to Big Daddy J. But JC, man, good morning, JC. Thank you again. Thank you so much, Boostello, bacon and eggs and all that to you, man. God bless you and the family. That's how we do. I like when people come on and say hello. That makes it go a lot easier for y'all. We can get that energy change, and it don't gotta be just me alone. So I appreciate. Oh man. So again, yo, JC. So check it, man. I'm on 3 platforms, brother. I got TikTok now, so I got 3 cameras. 1, 2, 3. Right? I got it going. So don't mind me if I'm doing this. I'm not just saying yes. I learned this throughout life. Let me tell you a little something I learned about life, right? So, somewhere in school, I actually listened to one teacher, and I learned that if you have to watch people body language when they talk to you, right? So, and I'm gonna make it as easy as watching the news on television. So when they're on the news on television and they're giving you the news, sometimes the news reporter do this, and sometimes the news reporter do this. And so if you pay attention to the news reporter and they telling you something negative and they doing like this, it ain't because shame, shame, shame. Sometimes they be like, this a lie. Right? And then sometimes it be like, yeah, y'all believe what I'm telling you. So you gotta watch the body language of people, and sometimes in the eyes and the structure, because they teach those people how to do that in front of the camera, fix your face and all that. And sometimes they just, at this point, like I said, we humans and we get stuck in that and we do this and we do this when we talk to people. And sometimes it's the opposite when you doing this than what you telling someone. So if you telling me this and you trying to tell me this, I can't believe you. And it happens with politicians all the time. I don't know what side of the table you on, and I don't care what side of the table you on. You this side, whatever, left, right, purple, blue, and it is what it is. But if you pay attention to who you voting for, they do this and they do this a lot. Okay? This and this a lot. Especially when they're telling you the opposite. Body language. You get this from your train conductor. You get this from the cell phone store. You can get it at your department store. You can get it at the cashier, at the supermarket. These things can happen with everybody. People tend to do it, don't even realize they doing it. Okay? Body language. Y'all learned something new today. I learned that from one teacher, and I was taught about it, to watch your body language. When I was a kid, I didn't even know this. So a part of my story is my mom came back into my life when I turned 50. Part of my change of life, the whole positive energy thing, that part of my story is my mother. I didn't have her for 40 years, and she found her way back into my life at 50 years old. When I decided to change the energy of my life. Just happened to work that way. And I didn't know this, but when I was with her between birth and 10 years old, uh, what she wanted for me was to become a lawyer, and I didn't know this. So now, fast forward just a little, and I'm not with my mother, and I'm growing up, and somewhere in there, I thought I wanted to be a lawyer. So I took a class in high school. See, only two classes I went to in high school. Sorry to say, the two classes I went to in high school, and the Mr. Anderson, the teacher there, talked to me about it, and it was part of the class about body language. Back in the day, reporters were actual reporters, so they didn't do the body language. They stood stiff. Hi, I'm Ted Koppel. They stood stiff. You know what I mean? Walter Cronkite. How you doing? I'm Walter Cronkite. He didn't do all that moving around. They didn't move around. So that's the difference. So if you're out there right now and you're watching somebody else's podcast, you're going on the news, you're watching TV where people acting, they're acting and they don't realize even when they're acting, they're doing it. Right? And sometimes because the director not paying attention, they don't recognize it. And so they don't say cut and try it again. All right, so pay attention to body language. It will tell you. It will tell you. So anyway, thank you, Shaolin, my Shaolin family, for showing up again, man. That's what's up. That's what makes the day go better. And let me tell you something. I got 723 people joined up in the TikTok. I'm not too sure if they stay on watching. I don't know how TikTok works. So, but I'm pretty cool, man. On my first day, I'm going to have almost 1,000 before the hour up. We still got half an hour. So let me tell you again, the opposite of what I was just saying to you about, you need to look in the mirror and you need to make phone calls and talk to somebody. So now I'm going to tell you something. Again, I always tell you this. Every week I stick to this. Call your peoples up. Call up your family. All right? Call your peoples every day, every chance you get. Not a text. Text is cool. Good morning. That's cool. But a phone call. How you doing, John? How's the family? How's your wife? How's mommy? What's wrong with that? We've given up on being there for each other. Why not? Why not? Hold on 1 second, because this camera like crazy crooked. Hold on 1 second. This camera crazy. Gotta have it right, the cameras, I'm sorry. Gotta have it right. Turn it a little. Pardon me here. Bang, let's put that back down here. Alright, I'm back. But now y'all see how it's going. You see this movement right here? So that's my two cameras right there in front of me. y'all see me moving here, but they see TikTok how it really's going. So anyway, y'all. So call your peoples, tell them you love them, tell them you care, tell them you there for them. All right? And then the other side is shut up and listen. Your wife tell you how she feel, shut up and listen. All right? Screw the phone. Sorry about that. All right? Your husband is telling you how he feel, shut up and listen. Sometimes a statement doesn't need an opinionated reply. Sometimes it just doesn't need that. A statement is a statement and it was there to be heard, period. Right? I'm giving you my feelings. I just want you to hear me. I don't need you to say something that you think and then you give your opinion because we're not the same, right? I have to think my way, you think your way. Now, if I tell you I want to hurt myself, something that way, then that's different. You step up, hey, you know what I mean? That ain't cool. You know what I mean? That's a difference. I didn't mean it that way. I just mean it that, like, even right now. I would like, if you got something to say, why not? That's what this is for. It's called a conference because I want to have guests come in and say one or two things about the topic. Listen, nobody life is perfect, man. So I know somebody out there going to tune in and say, you know what? I'm going through it. Or you know what? Peace to my fam. I love my fam. And they go and make a phone call right after this is over. Or right now, get off the show and go make a phone call. It's all right. Going viral, that's not how this works for me. I do this because I believe that with everything I've been through, something I say may just inspire someone to do something different with their lives, to better themselves, and to better the life they're living, to be a better wife, better husband, better father, better friend, better employee, better boss, okay, better politician. Why not? Right? So that's what I'm about. And because I did all this, the way I'm telling it and this and that, it kind of took my smile away. So let me I try to talk to you guys like this, but it seems funny talking to you guys. Feels funny talking to you guys with a continuous smile. I feel like I look like a horse. So anyway, guys, yeah, man. So it's not just about you yourself, but how about you giving of yourself, right? Don't be so selfish. All right, it's not about go to the homeless shelter and feed people. It's about take care of your people. What about your people, right? Um, so I've learned that just a good morning could change someone's day, right? You walking past them in the street, you say good morning. That person, you don't know what they just been through. And that good morning to everyone, hey, good morning. Next thing you know, a smile on their face. Okay? It's that easy. Um, and so again, call your peoples. Tell them you love them. Tell them you there for them. For real. It's important. Like shooting a text is all good, but a phone call is personal. Phone call is very personal. Okay? And when we talking about this stuff, it's about being personal. Can't just be some crazy text. Text don't have feeling behind that. Oh, because you put it in caps and quotations and all this. Get out of here. There's no feeling. I love you in text. Really? You don't feel that. You felt that right now? I love you. You felt that? If I text it to you right now, I'm gonna come in and put it in the comments. If you feel that, then that's cool. But nah, me telling you, I call you, right? How you doing? How's everything? How the fam? How's your moms? How's pops? How's everything? Kids? What's going on with work? And then, and I listen. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. This is what's going on. And I just listen. If there's a place that an opinion or reply, an opinionated reply is warranted or is asked for, because honestly, keep your opinions to yourself unless somebody asks you for them. That's really, because it's kind of overboard for you to just throw your opinion at people. That's really not fair. So, I say, listen to someone's story, hear them out, right? And if it's warranted, if it's asked for, then you give them that opinion. But otherwise, just reply like, that you're there for them. Be on their side of whatever it is they're telling you. But don't be a yes man either. Don't, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that don't work either. I'm big on telling people the truth. And sometimes the truth hurt, but if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. Uh, Again, it's about you being the best you. And if you're trying to give to someone and you see them in a bad place and you got to tell them the truth in order to help them out that bad place, then it is what it is. And if it's someone you love, someone they love you know them a lot of years, y'all so close that it's family, then they should respect what you tell them. If they getting mad, then one, they can't handle the truth, right? If if they want to be argumentative about it, then they can't handle the truth, right? If they back away from you, it's because they can't handle the truth. So it's okay to be truthful. I said truth hurts, and so why not be truthful, especially with someone you love and you care. So, but mostly you really need to listen. Sometimes it's not about your opinion they looking for. They just looking to get it off their chest. And so I do this every week. Uh, like again, I do this. This helps me just as much as I'm hoping it helps someone else. I come on here to just get it off my chest, talk about my week, and I ain't even talk about my week, man. My week's been good, man. My week's been so good. Let me tell you. I'm gonna just tell you something real quick. If y'all don't know me, and if you don't know anything else about me, First Night is the biggest Jimi Hendrix fan, right? I was born in 1970. Jimi Hendrix, he passed away in 1969. So I never even got to see him or anything else. But his records existed. And soon as I was, matter of fact, while I was in the womb, my father played Jimi Hendrix. He was a Jimi Hendrix fan. And so he played Jimi Hendrix. And for me as a child in the womb and as I came out. So my first speaking words are melody to purple haze. You know, my first thing is a melody and then it turned into lyrics, purple haze, right? Jimi Hendrix. So that's, if you don't know anything else about me, I'm a big time Jimi Hendrix fan. I'm a bigger fan than my pops at this point, right? I outgrew my pops in fandom. So let me tell you how big a fan I am. So they had a documentary here in New York City, in the Village in New York. They had a documentary based off of Jimi Hendrix's vision for having his own personal space like this, his own personal space to do his thing. Without no critics, no nothing. I'll bring in who I want to bring in, friends, whoever I want to bring in, and have my own space. I don't want to pay somebody else's fees. I don't. I just want to have it. I could sleep there. I could wake up there. I could do what I want to do there, and I'll get it all recorded. This is what he wanted. So this documentary is about the vision he had for Electric Lady Studios. And not only did I see this documentary, the biggest part was right after the documentary, there was a Q&A, question and answer, with the engineer and part of the not the exact architect, but he took role in what they were doing because he was the sound guy. And so his name is Eddie Kramer. He engineered almost every single song for Jimi Hendrix. Eddie Kramer, he's a big role player in all the new things that get released. Yeah, he's probably got a contract with Experience Hendrix. And so it's him. It was John McDermott. He does a lot of the writing on Jimi Hendrix. He's like a historian. He does a lot of writing on Jimi Hendrix, and he was also producer of this movie. And then it was Jimi Hendrix's sister, Janie Hendrix, and she was there. The three of them there after. Then I was like, oh, Janie Hendrix and Eddie Kramer. I was dying. Like John McDermott, but those two, I was dying. One, I'm a sound guy. I went to school for engineering. I'm a sound guy. So the sound guy. Oh my God, it's the sound guy for Jimi Hendrix. Right? And then it's the sister. Right? So, and they're literally like, it's a nice personal theater. Kind of like what rich people would have in the house. It was kind of something like that, the size of this theater, this room that was in. Very personal. So you watch the movie and they're sitting there and they're literally like feet away. Didn't even know it that they were sitting like two rows in front of me and my queen. We sitting there and they're sitting there 2 rows, right? Oh, didn't even know until the other movie. They got up, the lights went on. There they were. Oh my God. So I got all this video and pictures and stuff. And then when it was over and we all coming out the theater, like I tried to get to Eddie Kramer, but it was pretty tough on him. But I did get to Janie Hendrix. I got to talk to her about it, to talk to about how much of a fan I was, and I even got to show in my studio. See, I said I'm a big fan. So those of you who don't know me, I'm with my fandom. I'm a collector. So I have everything. Jimi Hendrix. Uh, I'm working on everything, but I've got Jimi Hendrix carpet, Jimi Hendrix shirts, Jimi Hendrix posters, Jimi Hendrix, every single Jimi Hendrix record, CD, cassette tapes. Some of you people young don't know cassette tapes, original joints, right? Original joints, original old vinyl from the 60s, the original vinyl. And some of them are double, triple the same record. That's how big I love Jimi Hendrix. And I got these new age things, Funko Pops and all this other stuff for Jimi Hendrix. So I have his pictures, his videos, and I say, Miss J.D. Hendrix, you got to see this. I said, I am such a fan of Jimi Hendrix since I was born. I've been collecting since I was born. Boom, and I hit her with it. And she's like, wow, that is amazing. I said, it's like a museum up in here for Jimi Hendrix. All right, and custom made carpet and everything. And she was good, man. And she let me get a picture with her. We took a selfie, and it was great. I took 2 or 3, and it was a beautiful thing, man. And so I had a great day. My queen had a great day. She graduated from NYU. Those of you who don't know, NYU is in the Village, uh, and so she graduated. So we went and had a history lesson on each other's lives in New York. Each other. We went in, and that was cool, man. We walked around this whole neighborhood and got to remember the times. Remember the times. And so it was good. And it was a beautiful day. Then yesterday, just yesterday, they had uh, Hawaiian pig roast, the Hawaiian night over at the Bridgeport Elks in Connecticut. And they cooked a whole pig in the cajochina. That's the box, the smoker box that you put the coal in, and then it turns hot, and then you put the pig in afterwards. No fire, straight up smoke. Close the box up. Hours. Dude was there at 3 in the morning, and we got there 3 in the afternoon. We was there 4 in the afternoon. That's right, before it even served, wasn't even done yet. So all those hours in the smoker, it was beautiful. Beautiful. And it tasted good, and the company was good, uh and for $35 you got like 2-3 plates. If you got up and eat, if you was that hungry person, you got 2-3 plates, and you could drink as much spiked fruit punch and beer and all the water, soda. It was all there for you for your $35. You really got it in. And so it was great. My queen, she's from here, Connecticut, so she invited some of her friends, and so we had a nice table, just us talking with each other. We all know everybody at the table know each other, so it was good. It was good. It was real good. It was real comfortable setting, and the weather. That was the other thing. Uh, Friday when we went to the Jimi Hendrix thing, so we were supposed to like severe storm, right? The hurricane. I forgot her name is. The hurricane was supposed to hit New York City, and we were worried about getting wet. We got jackets, we got umbrella, got a book bag full of what we're gonna do because we got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The movie didn't start till 7, so we're hanging out. We're hanging out in the village, just walking up and down the neighborhood, and so we were prepared, and we didn't even get wet. So here we are the next day. And the grass is dry and everything. It's a beautiful day. And so instead of being indoors, it was originally planned to be outdoors. We had it outdoors. So it was a beautiful day to be outside and having a good meal. Today we're going to see one of them free concerts in the park. And I'm gonna see a band I never seen before. I forgot the name of the band, but it's been a nice eventful weekend. So let me see what happened this week. Besides that, let me tell you about one little thing real quick, right? So things are so good between me and my queen, right? So uh, we met, and our biggest thing we used to do together was have coffee and talk, and the talking lead to jokes and and flirtations and all this stuff that happened. And we've been doing this now every day, right? And so I normally go to my therapy sessions. I like to do it first thing in the morning. I don't like to wait till afternoon, all this stuff. Uh, so I like to do it early in the morning. And so I go, and I'm supposed to be there at my therapist appointment, right? But Queen and I, we sitting, we having our coffee, we laughing and joking, we having a good time, we having a good morning. That the time passed from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. My appointment was 8 o'clock, right? My appointment was 8 o'clock. We were having such a good time that the time flew from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock. My therapist called me 9:30. What happened to you? What happened to you? Oh, 9:30. And so that's how good things are with me and my queen. And that's why I'm trying to tell you the opportunity, Yeti, to have this kind of life with someone who you can share a real cohesive existence, man. Teamwork make the dream work. So this is how it is. You can't play first base, second base, third base, shortstop, left, right, and center field, plus pitch and catch. You cannot do that all of that at one time, right? Right. So teamwork make the dream work. That's how I look at it. And so she's a believer in that, and that's exactly how we live. And so I met my match as far as the humor is concerned. We're very, very, very in tune with the comedic sides of ourselves, and so it is the best. It is the best. And my queen and I share and this intelligence factor. Uh, Mom had me. I see things I don't know about in my childhood. That my mom, she had me speaking and reading, and my comprehension level was so good at pre-toddler. This is the thing. I was speaking before I was supposed to be speaking. I was reading before I was supposed to be reading. I was doing things before I was supposed to with my mom, and I didn't notice. This is stuff because when I ended up living with my dad, his anger towards my mom would never say a positive word about my mom. He would never tell that. Maybe if he had even kept an ounce of that positivity of being a lawyer, so maybe I would have been a lawyer. But who knows? My dad's anger towards my mom was a role player in his and our relationship. Um, so yeah, man, that's how it's going down. Being happy and finding someone to share life with is the most amazing thing. That's what today's show was about. Was about our goal in life was all to be happy. So let's find some happiness. Let's be happy. Like I said, this is your life. All this is your life to live. You wake up, you go to bed. If you decide not to take a shower, that's you, right? If you decide not to eat, that's you, right? This is what I'm saying. So it's up to you, the life you want to live. It can't be up to your spouse, not up to your boss, man, because you could get another job, right? You can work this job while you got your resume out there looking for another job. You can interview for another job. It's all about making steps to have that change happen, okay? So let me see. I got a few more minutes left. Uh, Always call your peoples. Call your peoples. Uh, Guys, on all three of these platforms, I want to thank you so much for attending this stuff with me. I'm going to be back next week. Um, if you are one of those people who don't want to call one of them 800 numbers to talk to somebody, you feel a way about a therapist or something, I'm telling you right now, you could holler at me. Send me a message. Send me a messenger through the Facebook Messenger. Send me an email. My email is send an email right here. Mentally Strong Conference at Gmail. That's what we're gonna do this from now on. We're not gonna use uh mentally strong. That's what we're gonna do from now on. Mentally Strong Conference at Gmail. Okay? You can send me email. If you are a Facebook member, go to my page and my phone number is there. Okay? My name is First Night. If you know you a Facebook member, go down and go to First Night page and my phone number is there, so you can holler at me, shoot me text. Like I said, I got positive insight on everything. I will always relay back positive messages back to you. So if that's what you need, holler at me. It's always a way to find me. Google me. It's always a way to find me. I'm here. So again, I want to thank everyone on our new platform, TikTok. Hey, TikTok. I'm going to try to come on live just to remind you guys to come back on Sundays. I haven't done this with these two platforms, but I guess that's what I'm going to have to start doing, man. I'm going to have to start putting out the advertising again. All right. So I want to thank you guys on TikTok. I want to thank you guys on Facebook. I want to thank you guys on YouTube. If you catching it now, you catch it, rewind it back. All right. You are important. You are somebody. All right. And you're worth it. ABC, y'all. That's how we do. First Night, that's me. Mentally Strong Conference. I will see y'all next week. Bless. Now, watch me as I try to exit out of these things. Finish. This one says, hold on, y'all.